Now let us understand how a Razor engine works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another project now in the application in the solution, and this will be MVC4 application. Let's name this as test Razor engine and we'll click on OK. Now the time you pick up this project, we can pick up empty project, but this time I'm going to go and pick project which is a Razor engine project. Now I'll click on OK button. Now default there will be again nothing in the project. As usual we can have a controller added called as home. There will be default method called as index, and then we have index method returning or we'll be adding a view for index, but this time I'll not pick up ASPX, this time I'll pick up Razor. CSHTML in the sense code with respect to C#. You may go for VBHTML supporting VB. So I'll pick up now new master page and let me add the application now. Have a look, a thin difference. The time we have index ASPX, we had a page directive just like ASP.NET, we used to have page directive. There's by default layout equal to null at the top, which means we do not have any master page applied on this page as of now. Now, whatever we did, for example, from the controller, when we had to pass on some sort of view data, suppose let's say view data, and if I specify view data of name equal to ABC or Razor, and now in the code, if I have to show that data, remember we use percent brackets, but here we won't use percent brackets in CSHTML. We rather would use at the rate and something like view data, which means code actually remains same, but then now percent brackets gets replaced by at the rate symbol. Again, when I run the code, again we'll have, you can say, Razor printed on the screen. So controller code, model code remains same. Only UI perspective, there's a less code writing now that we have. How do I go and define maybe a form? How do I go and submit the data? It's exactly in same way, just like we did earlier. Only wherever we refer percent bracket, we'll have to refer at the rate as a symbol. The next thing, suppose if at all we have got a view, maybe let's say a master page in application. So maybe I would add another folder as we discussed earlier. Let's add a folder and name this folder as shared. Inside the shared folder, let's add a master view now. Let me add a new item. Sometime back, we picked up master page with ASPX. This time I'll be adding master page. Master page in Razor is actually named as layout. So it's a Razor layout. I'm going to go and add. Let's name the page as main master, just like we used earlier in the previous example. And I guess we made a mistake. It's not view page, it's a master page, which is master layout page. This is the one, and we'll have again extension or other name as main. Point to note here, whether it's a normal page or whether it's a master page, the extension remains same. It's right now CSHTML that will get added. And as you can see at the top, we have got that doc type HTML, default support for HTML5. We have viewback title. If anybody has to set up value for viewback title, one can very well set up the title using the content page even. And we have one you can say concept called as a render body, which means this is where the actual content of the page will go. Now in the index in the controller view folder, I'm going to add a new view now. Let me put this name as about, which is a Razor view, but this time in the Razor view I'll specify I want to pick up a master page, and which master I need to pick up now is main master. The time you add this page, you will find out some changes now. That viewback title equal to about, which means here itself in about I'm going to set a title in a view bag called as about, let's say about me, and then in a main CSHTML, wherever we have authored at the rate viewback title will be replaced by this value now, and the layout specified at the top, instead of master directive we have got this, you can say, at the rate symbol. We specify layout for this page is going to be main.cshtml, and now you are free to add any content inside this about CSHTML. So which means we can actually go and author anything that we want. This is content of master page or child page. I'll specify child page. Now, and whenever we'll go to controller, I'll add one extra thing here. I'll specify one extra method. Let's call this method as about, and let's return the view as it is. So let's specify here view. Now let's run the code and see what happens on the screen. By default, what will appear in front of me is index. I would give a call to home slash about now. Now the time you say enter, we have got about entered. The title is about me now, and this is the content from child page appears as it is. So it's that way very easy to work with master page concept in case of Eraser. Now what will happen if at all we want multiple sections, just like we have got content placeholder concept in case of ASP.NET master pages. How about having sections in the master page itself? If you wish to have sections, like by default there's a render body, which means every content of the child, which means these contents will go inside wherever written, wherever in master we have written render body. Now what we have to do is we have to define sections. So let me specify here that below are the contents from child. Then again I'll specify maybe h1 that below are again contents from child here. And then what I am going to do is, anyway we can have a content in a render body, but I would like to define here sections specifically, you can say as a content placeholders. If there is no you can say content placeholder where the content is going to go to, content will always go to something called as render body. So what I'm going to plan now is I'm going to define over here at the rate, we have something called as my mistake. So we can specify at the rate render section, and we can specify now content placeholders. You can have we have something similar like content placeholder. It's called as sections in case of Razor. So we can specify name for the section just like we specify name for the content placeholder. Let's call this as maybe content placeholder 1. And then there's also one more important thing, that whether it's mandatory or not mandatory. If I specify required equal to true, which means content for this section is mandatory. And maybe let's say we have content placeholder 2, content for this section, let's make it also mandatory. Now, what will happen if at all I run the code directly now? If you run the code directly, if you specify home slash about again, now we'll end up in a problem that the page which we have something called as about page, it does not have a section named as content placeholder 1. So since we don't have any content for content placeholder 1, now the problem is the page does not get rendered, but I have to specify some content. And how do I do that? You just have to specify that, let's say below is the content specifically for section. Now let's specify section word here, and what the section name we wanted to have was placeholder 1. Specify content placeholder 1 and then curly brackets, and you end up writing anything that you want. So I'm going to go and put now again h1. Let's specify this is content or hi from about, and same way I can specify now one more section. Let's say clear placeholder number 2, and I can specify this is by from about. So now when I run the code, you may observe that now the content, if I say slash home slash about, now you can see that there is a by default content. This is hi from about and this is by from about available, which means now the code becomes too easy. The semicolons were not required over here. Code becomes too easy. Whichever section, whichever location you want to render the content, specify the section name to it, and have a look at this. It's not in proper order. I had section 1 first, then I had a render body, and I had section 2 after that. How have I specified the content in about? I specified normal content which will go into render body, then I specified placeholder 1 content and placeholder 2 content. If any of the placeholder I specify not mandatory, then it's not compulsory for you to specify any content for that section at all. And then how do I change the master page also? Just like the way we change the master pages using master pages dynamically, I mean to say. So just like the way we change master page dynamically using result filter, just like that you can use result filter to change the master page in case of Razor as well. Now whether Razor is better or normal web form engine is better. If you ask Razor engine is better, reason behind that, Razor engine is less in writing, and you can say it's fast in rendering the UI compared to the normal web form engine. How many engines exist by default? So even if I picked up Razor View as a default one when I picked up any kind of a page or whenever I added any kind of a model, if you notice, if I go to global.asax, if I go to code, and if I just write down one small line here, that is view engine collection dot or view engines dot engines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a breakpoint here. Let's say var all engines, and if I specify semicolon here, I'm going to put a breakpoint now, and let's run the code now. When first time you start the code, it will always break into application start, and under application start, as you can see, there are two engines available for my application right now. First engine is called as webform engine, and second one is called as Razor engine. So whenever we use .aspx pages, which means we have used webform engine, which is just, you can say, internally using ASP.NET engine only to render the full and final pages. Razor View engine, which means pages with the extension CSHTML, is the, you can say, engine available since MVC 3.0, and that engine is faster because if you understand it, that whenever we have ASPX page extension along with some extra content, along with the content like content plus folder and so on, whenever is given as a feed to the engine, engine generates the HTML page. Now in normal ASPX the content was too much, wherein in case of Razor content is less. So less content to read and I can say less content to write. Wherein in case of ASPX content was more and HTML generation was required. Here content is less and HTML generation is again required. Which means if you see, the input given to the engine is less in case of Razor. It's fast, but then just like Microsoft has constructed Razor as an engine, can we create our own kind of an engine? And if yes, how? We can create our own engine, and that's what we are going to go and see in the next session.